Perhaps I find a little bit of this, some crow droppings, smear it on my jacket, on my hat a little bit. Pretend like one of these goddamn crows just took a little defecation on me, and I shoot my shotgun out in the air right out front of their establishment, yelling and hollering.
Hello, everybody. I am weirdly green and all sorts of stuff, but that's okay, because it is Call Cthulhu today, and we're back with our 8th chapter called The Watcher. Here is everybody, the lovely cast and crew of this lovely show. Everybody's back, everybody's feeling well, and we're all glad to see everybody in chat here today. My name is Greeting Moon. I'm just going to go around for a second and let the players introduce themselves. Start with Squinkleberg. Hello, I'm Squinkleberg, and now maybe about 90% COVID free. So hooray for me. I am playing old Billy Graves. He is a hunter, kind of from the outskirts of society. He is driven to figure out what the hell is going on with this creepy ass town. And what else? Oh yeah, I stream sometimes. That's the end. Beautiful. Let's go over to Melly.
I am Melly de Marsen, playing Melia de Marchand, also known as Livy Domingue. And, she is a femme fatale, and she just bombed this date for no apparent reason. But she did get a lead on where her sister is. We might see some theatrical things, and really, really looking forward to it. I also stream from time to time.
And over to Fickle.
Yeah, hey, I'm Fickle Ficus, or Brian. I love doing these role-playing games. It's been too long. I just had a kid. I miss hanging out here, though. My shit's been crazy, but I play Rory Shack. I'm a beefcake, New Yorker, work for the mob, but, you know, trying to get my priorities straight. I got a heart of gold, or whatever. Choose your metaphor. A part of gold, a soft spot. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm here on Twitch sometimes too, and I like creating shit. Beautiful. And then just over to Garbo.
Hey, I'm Garbot. I am playing Georgia Schultz, who is leading this ragtag crew through this investigation. She works for Rupert, who, yeah, he's a guy.
Confirmed. Guy confirmed.
Yeah, definitely nice. A guy. And I too occasionally do the streams on Twitch, so check.
I know you guys were complaining about the sun in your room right now, but I do have to say, Garbot, your lighting is very like Hitchcock cinematic, right?
Yeah.
Very
just,
rear
just
window.
Hit me with the black and white, and we're just
yeah, exactly.
Right now, I just look like I'm in like a weird rave.
A little, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the.
You definitely, you're trying to like create the aesthetic of being like a higher being. Right
yeah,
now.
apparently, yeah. It's just emanating off me. The camera's really capturing it. I'm just being myself. But anyway, so for those of you watching live, there's a couple different ways to support us. Kind of help out the stream grow a little bit as we kind of continue our story here. Share it with other people and stuff like that. We do have a YouTube that goes up usually a day or two after our sessions. Feel free to, check that out. Share that with your friends and family, your loved ones, the people who love the weird stuff, all that stuff. We also do
comment, and subscribe.
Yes, haha, all that stuff. Insert various things here. But we also do a Twitter tweet as well. Oh, what?
Thanks, Dr. D. And Squumble and Genie. Oh goodness.
Fickle.
Who did
Thank you so much.
Fuckus.
That guy.
You didn't have to. Thank you so much.
Fuckus.
Thank you.
For all the gift subs. Speaking of that, you can always gift subs and like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We also do a live tweet on the Twitters if you'd like to reshare that. That kind of helps us get out there a little bit more. And then as a kind of little extra thing for those regular viewers, we have a Hand of Fate redeem in the
Hand of feet. Sorry.
Hand of Feet, yes. Hand of Fate redeem in the Channel Point redeems. And that kind of can give a good juju, bad juju to one of the players of your choice. We still have a bunch of them still lingering, and I'm looking forward to using some of those crit fails on Billy in the future.
I think I even used one on myself, a bad crit fail, just for the chaos.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So yeah, that's a couple different ways you can support us if you choose to. Obviously, you just being here is more than enough, though. But with all that said and done, let's get started. This is Chapter 8, The Watcher, and we're just going to go ahead and run the trailer. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, I love it.
Welcome back. We are going to get into our game here now. Let me go ahead and just start the tone and set the stage.
Oh, yeah.
It is afternoon on the 1st of September, 1920. A seafront town is swallowed by an ethereal fog, the tops of buildings peering out over the mist. The door to the cafe closes behind a petite, mocha-colored black woman with curly hair as the bell rings behind her. Leaned against a building by the car, a stocky brick of a man smokes a cigarette, waiting patiently. The two exchange looks and head to the vehicle to depart together.
Is that
Yes.
You.
Melly? Coming from the door. Okay. Who is Melly with right now?
She was alone. You're kind of...
Oh, I thought you were saying two women walked up the door. I misunderstood.
Nope.
This is just after I leave the...
Yeah, you just left the diner.
Got it. I completely bombed that. I cannot believe this. I'm so much better than this.
I mean, it looked like you handled yourself okay.
But I'm my strong suit is people, and I bombed that. I mean, I feel kind of crappy that I...
What do you mean you bombed it?
Well, Howard had information about my sister. And Lil Pete, that's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Okay. I mean, what did you find out?
She's gonna be at a play. She's performing, and she's always loved that kind of stuff, so it suits her.
That's good information. So how did you bomb?
Well, he was gonna take me, and who knows who he knows.
That's okay. I mean, unless you wanted to go with him, we could just go to the play ourselves. You know?
Oh, I didn't want to go with him, but yeah. Let's.
I feel like
Yeah.
you got what you needed out of that guy, right? Like any further in it, you would have been, leading this poor boy on.
Yes, that's fair. And Moon, I'm sorry. Is that tonight, or was that happening?
That's tonight.
Tonight. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so we got plans. That's great.
Yeah. So I guess, should we kind of scope this place out? See?
The theater?
Yeah. I mean, We need to know where it's at, if we need to make any emergency exits, or...
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what our out of game. I don't remember exactly what our plan was after going to the diner, if we were planning to meet back up with the two of them or not. But
Well, the library's on the way back to the Stewart Inn, so.
and you guys are at the library right now? Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could just meet up with them before we decide to go to the theater, you know.
That sounds good to
And then
me.
we can
I
just go
think,
get tickets at the box office, probably.
yeah, that sounds like the best plan. That way they know what's happening. I mean, after getting that postcard from my sister, I think that there's some really shady stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's clear.
All right.
Oh,
To the library we go?
yeah. I'll step on my cigarette and get in the car.
Who's driving?
Me.
Okay. As the door slams shut behind you and the engine rattles up, you rattle down the road and head to the library. Fast forward, and we'll just kind of cut as you kind of come to a rolling stop in front of the library. Billy's already kind of skulking, smoking a cigarette outside, and Georgia seems to be going over some notes she took in the library as well.
Are they like both on the front steps of the library?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just, put my hands on the top of it and I'll be like, hey.
And she'll head over to the car.
So?
Well, it wasn't a total wash, fortunately. Have a couple things, basic stuff. Scott Hall, given an award, things of that nature. Donicus family seems to have been here for a while, though.
That's the preacher at the
Yeah.
creepy church, yeah.
My new best
One
friend.
tradition. Right, yeah. Okay, well, why don't you two hop in the car? We're gonna go buy tickets to a show.
Show?
Yeah, there's a theater performance that Livy's sister's supposed to be in tonight.
Yeah, I haven't been to a show in like 10 years. Oh, let's go.
I feel as though it may be best if we divide our resources here.
What are we gonna do?
We still listen. We still have the rest of the afternoon. We still have time to go and check out the lighthouses, which will give us a vantage point on finding the rest of
Good point.
whatever was gleaning in the light.
Well, pick me up a ticket then, would you?
Sure. I mean, look, we can.
We'll
We're
go
the
look
ones.
around
We
there.
only have one car. We could just drive there, and then it's not gonna take us long to pick up tickets. I don't think.
No, So what I'm saying is that two of you go to the show.
Oh.
But-
You guys don't want to go see a show?
I definitely want to go
much-
see a show.
As much as I would like to, and it has been ages. This is very important. We are in the midst of, in case you've forgotten, we are in the midst of a very dangerous town.
Yeah, but
Georgia, respectfully, I understand that, but my sister is in a show tonight. This is
And I am not denying you going, Livy.
this is more than just entertainment. What if we need your help? What if she's there not of her own will?
Take Rory with you.
Well, what if the protection she needs isn't my fists? You know what I'm saying?
And what am I going to do?
I don't know. There's some rune shit.
The thing.
You realize that
thing.
takes time, correct? Right?
I mean, no, I don't. But
It
that's what I'm
does.
saying is I don't know how to do it, and you do.
With runes, it takes time. They have to be etched in. It's a whole practice.
Well, we've got
It's not
time,
something-
right? We've got time. You guys, we shouldn't split up. I mean, Billy's super excited to go, and my sister's there, and you've got the know-how in case she's not there, fully herself.
Whatever you want to do, let's do it together this afternoon.
Yeah, if there's a call to split up,
Georgia.
then by all means we can split up. But that seems to be, at least the show itself seems to be something that maybe we should all do together. Unless of course we find something that requires us to split apart. But I see what you're saying. We could cover more ground. We're all for that. But like you said, this is a dangerous town, and there's sometimes might be a reason for us to pool our resources, strength in numbers. Let's just be flexible.
Yes, what Billy said, Professor Farnsworth is saying.
Are we doing that
Listen,
when we're alone, or are we just
I
gonna...
don't know who's listening.
You're kind of
just
on the
think-
front steps of a library still.
Oh,
Yeah.
We were in the car.
Did you all hop in the car? Okay. bye-bye.
You were driving to the box office.
Yeah.
Let me
There you
haggle with you, Georgia. Listen, if by intermission nothing happens and everyone's whichever way and there's no suspicion at all, feel free to do what you feel you have to do so we can cover more ground. But I beg of you, please, just get through the first few acts and let's just feel it out in case.
Listen, these shows don't last for very long. Depending on if we can find locations for these shining spots, I would like for myself and somebody else to go and see if we can find the actual location, see if there's anything strange about it, while you two, whoever it is, go to the show to check out your sister, see if she's okay, play it cool, and try to meet with her later, perhaps tomorrow. Get information, but we have to play it cool. But being able to get across town to find these, whatever they are, because they are significant, and we are very limited on time.
You said it's like
Georgia,
2 o'clock?
Yeah, I mean, what time are you asking about now?
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 o'clock.
Yeah. So let's go check it out. We could do that now. And if if we get back in time for the show, then let's go to the show.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, your will is stronger than mine, Georgia. I'm not going to try to convince you, but Livy's asking us to show up for her sister.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get tickets now. We'll get 4 tickets. If some of us don't show up to the show, it's fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Great.
All right.
Drop you off on the way, and then Georgia, why don't we go? Who'd you have in mind to take us out now for them, or to them lighthouses?
You and Rory had the connection.
What was that sailor's name? Their LP.
It's the guy who owns the docks, whatever his name. Right. Let me look it up. Right.
Adam Alexander is the guy.
Yeah,
who owns-
Adam out. Yeah.
But I think the sailors were like laughing and telling you guys they would actually like take you. From
Yeah, and then there was
the wharfman.
yeah.
So yeah, that was Adam Alexander
Eddie.
because he's the veteran
Uh,
at the wharf, right? Or the
Adam Alexander owns Bradley Wharf,
Bradley Wharf.
Wait.
and then Scott Hall is the veteran.
Yeah.
Scott Hall is the veteran. Got it.
Yep.
Scott Hall's the
Colonel Scott Hall.
And listen, while we're out there on the boat, you guys might also swing by that hostel. Check things out there a little bit. Poke around, see if you could look out for that reporter Harrison.
Did things go, Livy, with the hostel
Yeah.
and the diner?
Oh, your date. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
The synopsis. We got the information about the show.
Yes.
Howard was disappointed with the interaction.
Yeah.
What is done is done.
Oh, when's the wedding?
Huh.
That's not funny.
I thought it was a little funny. I kind of knocked LP a little bit with my elbow.
Well, hopefully, should things go well with finding your sister, we should have easy enough access to the hostel then. How did things look over there?
It was interesting. There's just one hostel keeper who seems to have a good eye on who all is staying at his place, as one should, but he's got this room behind the desk, I believe. I wasn't able to get a good look in there, but I'd be interested to see what he's got back there. He seemed a little bit suspicious, but it could just be me. It could just be the eerie feeling I got.
Do you think you'd be able to go in as a visitor and just kind of go back to the rooms?
I could think of a way.
Look, if he's difficult, if whoever's running things, if he is difficult, then that's what I'm asking. If it's not an easy in without...
Oh, I think we can find a way that we can make it work. I have an idea.
Okay.
I'll just go apologize to Howard.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Your sister, wasn't she staying at the hostel?
Yes, but I don't know which room or where. It didn't seem that Howard was familiar with seeing her in passing. At least I don't recall.
And you're going to see your sister tonight, are you not?
Maybe.
I am, but it's not guaranteed that. There are just too many maybes. If I do see her and she's in the backstage, I can't necessarily reveal myself as
no.
relation and go back there. So I
You think she might recognize you if she saw you? How long has it been since you last saw her?
Absolutely. I mean, we grew up together.
Right, well.
Kept in touch, and yeah.
Mike, as we're kind of coming up on the theater, do they have like the name, like poster names with
They have the marquee
production?
with the the title of the play, which is The Firefly, and then it says starring Deandra Wright. But there's no other on the marquee itself. There isn't. But as you kind of look, you can kind of see a poster, but it's a little too far away. You'd have to leave the car and get out to read it properly.
Gotcha. Can we see if there's somebody working the?
Yep, there's somebody at the box office.
Yeah. Okay. I'll.
They're sat
Yeah,
down,
Georgia-
kind of reading a newspaper.
Georgia will hop out and kind of, I guess wait here. She'll go over to get tickets.
Okay.
Try to get a sight on the poster.
Yeah, you see Deandra Wright, produced by Kevin Wright, but no mention of any other real starring actors. They kind of have left, it seems, most of the cast off the ballot. Probably because there are no names.
And she'll pay for 4 tickets. Kind of.
That'll be $1.
Pay it up. Head back to the car.
See you tonight.
Thank you.
He kind of
Yes,
just
of course. Thank you.
leans back into his chair and continues reading paper. You go back to the car with the tickets.
Well, Deandra Wright and what was the other Wright?
Kevin.
Samuel? Kevin. I don't know why I thought Samuel.
Neither of those names mean anything, I assume. Like, none of us have ever heard of them before. They're not like famous or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You were saying at the hostel there's like not the rooms are suspicious, but that there's a room behind the guy who tends the hostel that's suspicious, right? Livy?
Yes, yes. When I went there to pick up Howard, he walked to the back, and so I was left in the lobby, and I was just looking around, and there was some art and this door.
Did you try to open it?
Well, by the time I got close enough to it, they were already on their way back. Right? Am I remembering that correctly, Moon?
There was a door, yes. He kind of in the corner of the room he was painting. And there was an easel kind of painted, kind of face kind of tucked into the corner. He was into the corner so you can look at the reception. And you did look at the painting. And you saw that it was a vast non-Euclidean cavern with humanoid figures floating in it.
Sorry, I'm just writing it down.
No problem.
Just me looking up what Euclidean means.
Euclidean is an understandable geometry.
Yeah, okay.
So, stuff that just doesn't make any sense.
Check it.
Got it. So, yeah, so the artwork was weird, and I feel like there's more to it. I definitely want to investigate more.
And he was particular about visitors?
He seemed to be. He had it was almost like he didn't even have to reference his book. It's like he knew exactly where everyone was at the time. So, yeah.
We need to be careful around there. I think he may also be involved, from the sounds of things.
Yeah.
Melly, if you think there was a cacophony, some kind of distraction outside, you think you might be able to slip in and take a quick look around?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
What are you thinking?
Well, there's a lot of these crows around here, yeah?
A ton.
So, listen, I don't mind getting a little messy here, but, I'll, maybe go have myself one at the, oh, well, I can't have one. I forgot the prohibition. But, you know, I've established myself as a bit of an eccentric. Perhaps I find a little bit of this, some crow droppings smeared on my jacket, on my hat a little bit. Pretend like one of these goddamn crows just took a little defecation on me, and I shoot my shotgun out in the air right out front of their establishment, yelling and hollering. He comes out, hey, what are you doing around here? These goddamn crows, and you know, I just do what I do best. Be a loud, bombastic me, Ernest Farnsworth.
I think that's probably.
Then you just go ahead and slip on in there, take a little look-see. 60 seconds or so.
Now, if we were in Boston or even New York, I would say yes, this would be a
this is a
great
small
way
town.
to go about.
We've already saw people hunting them crows before.
Yes. However, you have established yourself as a professor of life sciences.
And guns.
There is a
That's a thing, right? We
certain
studied guns in school.
demeanor that you're meant to have as a professor.
Yeah. That's not necessarily responsible. That's a very good point. All right.
I mean, we could also just, you know, purchase a room, right, and ask him to take us back to the room or something like that.
How cheap is that?
That's a great idea.
That's very non-chaotic. I think I like it.
Less of a chance for the police to arrive and us have to deal with them as well.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
alright.
simple, we're not trying to do a smash and grab, so what we're trying to do is, you move somebody to the back out of
A
the,
little looky loop.
yeah, so you know the terminology.
yeah, looky-loo. That's-
Looky-loo. Yeah. Yeah.
So if that's the case, Lil Pete, do you want to get the room, and then while he's showing you back to the room, the rest of us could look around as quickly as we can?
A large group going to do.
I would say one person. We should definitely have
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
this should be
Yeah,
a
you
small
two
team.
can handle that. Yeah.
Okay.
How are you with a,
Okay.
a lock? You all right with a lock? In case that door is closed?
I could give it a shot.
Okay.
No
That sounds like you don't know
promises.
anything, though, the way that you just said it.
I don't know, and I could still smear bird shit all over myself and make a loud noises out there if you think you need a little extra help.
I'll give you a little crash course on picking a lock, okay? And after that, you give it a shot.
Sounds good. Let's do that. I mean, if I had to, put it in some kind of, skill set of sorts, I'd say I'm about a 13.
Okay. We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, while they're doing that, Georgia, you think we should maybe go see if we can arrange a passage out to the lighthouse?
That should be fine.
All right.
And
I was
then
kind of looking forward to rubbing bird shit on myself. Not gonna lie.
We know. Yeah,
just pats his shoulder. I'm sure there will be plenty of
That
time
was a
for
great
the
idea.
later.
I was
We'll put
really
a
looking
pin in
forward to
it.
that.
put a
Okay, yeah,
pin
let's
in it.
save that for later. I'm sure that's a great
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
Billy's like, I smell too goddamn good right now.
Yeah.
Not enjoying the Cologne.
This outer hand.
Oh god. So yes, all right. You've gotten your tickets. I'm assuming the engine's just been idling outside the theater as
Yeah,
you've been
yeah.
having this conversation. So with that, what is the next step? What is your next step?
Well,
How close are we to the hostel from here?
You are at the Rockport Theater. And the hostel is like a block or two away.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We could separate here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you all know what you're doing? You got a
Yeah,
plan?
we're gonna go see if we could arrange some passage out there to the lighthouse. Take a look at them. Whatever the fuck was shining out there.
Yeah, it's daytime. They should be down at the wharf, wouldn't they?
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
does it say on the ticket, or did you find out at the box office what time the show's at? 7:38.
Hands tickets to everybody.
Ticket
You
says
said 8, was it?
curtains at 8. So
So
Alright,
you
we
want to
got
plan
it.
up to meet?
Curtain at 8.
Maybe a little
probably.
bit before if we can. Yeah.
7,
Yeah,
7:30 is probably our best option. Getting in, finding our seats.
Yeah. So we meet up at the box office around 7:30.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. Okay.
gives you a
Little
solid.
salute.
Looking at the time, gives you a solid 5 hours to work with.
Cool.
And how are we splitting? Who's going where?
Garbot and I to the harbor.
Yeah.
And Livy and Rory to the hostel. Yeah.
Okay.
We can drop them off and then switch drivers, head over to the wharf.
Yeah. You guys should take the car.
Okay.
I do want to say I still want to get into that basement of that like church house.
Yes.
But I feel like perhaps
Oh, we're gonna
Go
get
on
in,
to do
but
that.
that's gonna be
Inside.
tomorrow night.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to not do it in the middle of a cult ritual, but I understand what you're saying. I trying to understand why we all had visions of that place. You know what I mean?
Thank you for the
Without,
support, nerd.
Yeah.
without ending up in
Freaky-ass
the shit
dreams.
of it. But I do think that it's going to be hard to get in there without having eyes on us. We're pretty conspicuous over there.
Into the shit of it. Into the shit of it. Sorry.
So, if you're
Yeah.
looking at the map, obviously Rockport Theater's here. Y'all head down to the hostel, hop out, and then y'all head back over to the Fisherman's Wharf. Or who are you going with? Are you going with the fisherman, or are you going with the wharf owner? Did you make a decision?
I think we like I don't know. I haven't met the people at the wharf. I met the fishermen, right? At the memorial hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You the card game?
Yeah, we played
Yeah.
cards with them. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the fisher.
That's kind of what I
That'll be
was thinking.
Yeah,
Got a
Chase.
little rapport with the fisher folk down there.
Fair enough. So yeah, then you'll head back over to the Fisherman's Wharf, which is kind of on the east side of the town.
Yep.
So the car rattles off, deposits Livy and Rory at the hostel. The familiar red brick building stands in front of you as the Model T rolls off down the street and off to the wharf. As you kind of look, you're at the front entrance right now. Livy, you know this to enter into like the reception room. There's like a little concierge desk, a little office in the back that was the questionable room that you were talking about, and then his easel will be kind of in that lobby area. But you haven't really done a 360 on the building, so that's really your retcon so far. Your not recon so far.
Okay. So, with this, it's Rory is the one that's going in to get the room, correct?
Yeah, that was the
So I'm
plan.
just
I think,
waiting.
for sure.
Okay.
I mean, what we can do is I'll just do a little case of the place before I go in, without being too conspicuous. Just sort of like be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, just kind of do a walk around. You do notice that it's a two-story building. It's got a fire escape along the alley, and then it does have a back entrance, or more like fire escape exit, kind of in the back.
Sure.
From the looks of it, it's completely opposite on the opposite side of the front door. So probably at the end of the halls of the rooms.
Yeah, sounds good.
A fire escape in the alley, exit door in the back.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, Olivia, is I'm gonna go in. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a room. I think
Is there a window in the alley where I can like kind of see when they go back, or
There's multiple windows, but
is
from
there,
the looks, you kind of look into them and you can see that they're hostels, the actual rooms themselves.
Oh, okay.
Like most of them have the curtains drawn, but one of them's open enough to see that it's that.
Got it. Sorry, Fickle. What was
No,
that?
I was gonna say. So I'm gonna get a room, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually probably gonna not take him back with me immediately. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'll get him back as soon as I can. But I'm trying to think of ways to signal you to let you know that I'm gonna be out of there. I would say wait at least 2 minutes before you walk in the front door. If you haven't heard anything by then, just come up and take a look as inconspicuously as you can. If you do hear something like a knock on the door, or you see, I'll give you a sign from a window. Just keep your eyes open, right? This is about sort of having a soft focus, being aware that
Got it.
anything could happen. Once
To
you're
kind
in
of
there,
to kind of I'm sorry, to kind of help with your
Go ahead.
planning. Probably the exit door in the back would be a good place to hang out. That way you can just walk down the hall, open it up, let her in, or give her a signal from there. Sorry.
And then when it's time for you to get out of there, right? That's when having a clearer signal from me is going to be important, something for you to look out for. So, I will say the words, "these goddamn crows," okay? If I need you to get out of there. That
Sounds
make sense?
good. Yes. Yeah.
So, lock picking.
Yes.
I'll I don't know if I have anything on me. I'll give her like if I have a little Swiss Army knife or something like that.
Yeah.
To like help her. Like this isn't gonna do you a ton of good, but you might if it's a simple lock, you should be able to take the what's the word
The blade.
Yeah, the blade or the I got that little it's like the little under the nail thing.
Nail file.
Yeah, but the one that you can get underneath. Yeah, it's a nail file. But on the
Yeah,
end of it, you got the one that you can like pick your nail on.
Yeah.
If you can just catch the lock in the crux of that, that's the easiest way to. You push it in and then pull it up, and you should be with any simple door lock. That's going to do the trick.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So just find the tumblers and fiddle around until it moves.
Well, if there are tumblers, we have a fucking problem. But this isn't a huge deal. We should be able to get through it pretty easy. If you can't get through the door, maybe just try to take a closer look at that painting. If he's got a wallet in the desk, focus on that. See if you can get anything from that.
Okay.
Maybe don't take
Sounds
anything.
like a plan.
It feels weird to say don't take anything, but whatever feels
Yeah,
right.
we don't want anyone to get suspicious. We're just here for intel. Makes complete sense.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going in.
All right.
Yeah, I'll walk in the door.
As you
I'll walk around the back.
you kind of hang out next to the door waiting. In bated breath, the crows kind of circle overhead. You push the door open and enter the lobby, and you get the smell of acrylic and dust just instantly as you walk in. A very pale man with a horseshoe hair, bald spot, He's got the mutton chops and very sunken eyes, sits behind. He's kind of rather strange looking. He is kind of flitting back and forth with a brush on his canvas, kind of facing you. And without looking up, he says, "Welcome in. Do you need a room?"
Yeah, please.
Give me one moment. And he kind of finishes a flourish and kind of does the old Bob Ross whacking the paintbrush on the easel leg, and puts the brush away and kind of rounds it and comes over to the desk. Do you know how long you'll be staying?
I mean, no, but can I pay night by night?
You pay in advance. That is fine. Rent will be due at noon every day. It will be just $1.50 per night.
Okay, well, we'll start with $1.50, and if I gotta stay for longer, I'll pay then.
Sounds good. Cash, I assume? Yes. He kind of opens up a wooden box with a key. Opens up, throws a bit of more cash on it. You see kind of in there, he just hasn't cleaned that out for a while. It's kind of stacked. He presses
Anything
it down.
interesting that I can, like in that second that I see in there?
In the second, you see that there's some jewelry.
Okay.
But other than that, that's the most far-fetched thing. He closes it back up.
Nothing like it's like a.
There's not like a hand in there or something.
Right,
no.
or like a jewelry with the symbol of the Church of Contemplation.
Yeah, nothing quite like that. No, it was like R plus L forever. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as you kind of he closes up the box and tucks it back away, he pulls out a ledger, which kind of he puts down on the counter with a bit of a flourish of dust, and cranks it open to the exact right page on the first try, and says, "And name for the room?"
Yeah, I go by Lil Pete. But it's Pete Dotson. If that.
Okay, Pete Dotson. Did I spell that right? He kind of flips it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, Mr. Dotson. I'll take you back to your room. He kind of fishes a key off the back wall and goes into the hall. He unlocks the hall door and swings it open, and there's just a line of doors, kind of similar to what you would see in a hotel. And he takes you down about 3/4 of the way, goes to the right. There's a room number 8, and opens it up. You notice he just turns the knob, opens it, and gestures in. Feel free to use it. Please don't smash any of the fixtures. It will come out. I will make you pay for them, please. And enjoy your stay.
Sure. Thanks.
He kind of, without another word, he just heads back down the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the closest way. If there's a window in the room,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wave out to Melody if I can make eye contact with her as quickly as possible.
You kind of open up the window and stick your head out, and Livy's just kind of sitting there waiting for the door to open or hear a knock.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go like I can't do it, but and then I'm gonna, as I walk towards the door, I'm gonna take the heel of my shoe and rub it on the sheet of the bed. I go, excuse me.
Yeah, what?
I think I'm gonna need a new set of sheets in here. This set of sheets is pretty dirty.
We just had them all freshly laundered. Let's see. He kind of walks in. He's like, "Oh, well, my mistake." And he collects the sheets off the bed and kind of you hear him floating. I could have sworn I turned this over this morning.
It's okay. I don't mind. It's just, can I help you get a new set or?
No, you stay here. I have to take it down to the laundry. I'll bring you some fresh sheets in a few minutes.
Okay. All right. I'll just look at him from the door as he goes.
And he kind of grumbles down the hallway with the sheets kind of splayed in his arms. The door to the lobby opens up, closes behind him, and there's silence in the hall again.
And that doesn't go back out to the main room. It goes. Or does it go back to the main room?
So layout of building. Yeah. If we're on the lobby side, he went to the front of the building. You still have the opening in the back with Livy there.
Got you. Okay. So he has just gone out to the lobby.
Yes.
Livy's coming in.
Yes, if that's what you're letting her in. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'll open the door for Livy to come in.
Yep. Okay. You kind of head down the hall. The door squeaks open.
I'll open the door. Yeah. I'll just be like, all right. I'll go lead her down the hallway to the lobby. I'll open the door to the lobby and see if he's like in there.
As you open with the door, kind of squeak it open tentatively. Listen. There's nothing.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I didn't expect for us both to be able to be here right now. I thought So look, if I'm here with you, let's just try to get in there and we'll hurry up about it.
Yeah, you go look at the painting and I'll go back to the back room. That way, if he sees you looking, it's totally normal. But for me, I can at least hide behind something, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, let me just see if that door is locked. Let's try the door.
As you kind of wander over to the office door, the door knob doesn't turn. It's locked.
Right.
Of course.
Okay. I'm just gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
As quickly as I can. And I am going to lockpick, which I probably am not as good at as I wish I was. What is it? Locksmithing?
Yes.
Yeah,
but you're wishing you had Billy there smeared in bird shit.
You're better than me at it. I don't have locksmithing. I thought I had.
No, I don't either. But
yeah. Melly, Livy, why don't you give it a try?
Okay, got it. The green die, correct?
I believe
Great
so.
question.
Yeah, green die. One of the right.
I
Yes.
failed.
That's a mega fail.
Okay.
Is there any window into the back room or no?
No.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I could break it if you want, but that's all I can offer.
I say we just go for it. I say we just go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like not break the door, but slam the knob like downwards to try to like break the hinge.
With like your hand?
Yeah, like I'm gonna hold, like put my hand on top of it, like hands on top of it, and try to just.
Oh, just use your weight. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and just roll me a. Fuck, I guess strength roll.
I'm trying to like literally like break the door knob.
Yeah.
So
no.
that we can just
Cast iron. Go ahead and roll your strength.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if it'll be like a difficult roll, like a hard roll.
It would probably be a hard roll. Yeah. It's a physical object, but it doesn't matter.
Sweet. Okay.
So as you kind of grab the door, the lever on the door, you push your weight down on it, and you hear just like a pink, and you kind of scrape just a little bit of your hand on the broken doorknob as it just sloths off.
Okay.
And the door kind of just open.
Go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like wait at the counter, like I'm like sitting at the like,
right.
And I'm gonna try to listen as well as I can for if he's coming.
Okay.
Do I need to go ahead and roll a spot hidden? Because I'm looking at everything.
So as you walk in to this room, it's very dark. There's no windows or anything like that, but there is a singular bulb with a chain on it. Mm-hmm. Do you turn on the light?
Do I turn it on the light?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
As you
check. Yeah. No.
As you, you look at all these various paintings that are on the walls, and they're like floor to ceiling walls, and some of them even go wall to wall on the ceiling. Now, not all the spots are filled. There's still room for like probably about a dozen or so. But for the most part, they articulate a grand tapestry of something that doesn't make any fucking sense to your logical brain. As you kind of look around, you see what looks to be maybe an emerald city in the ocean, a mountain, but it's not quite a mountain. It looks fleshy. And as you kind of pan over to the side, there is a large tower that seems to pierce up through the clouds. A pillar of, well, it's almost a Siberian tundra with various mountains. But one that takes your eye in this area is a volcanic peak of 4 spires that kind of looms off in the distance. As you kind of do this, just go ahead and give me a sanity roll. And
by the way,
and pardon, because it's been a minute. That's in the characteristics.
It should be its own thing, kind of below the characteristics. Yeah.
I apologize. Got it.
No worries. And yes, as you kind of look about, you notice that all these tapestries kind of work together and create this nightmare-scape of entities and landscapes that are foreign and alien to you. Did we pass? What did we do? Yes, we did.
Understood.
Yeah, that's.
So you pass the sanity check. It's mostly just paintings, but these are very bizarre. You do see the one that you saw earlier in the tapestry now kind of over in the corner, splayed in what looks like tunnels leading into this chamber that has the floating figures in it. And they're just all very dark, macabre, and don't seem like they could be made by a person who is healthy in the mind.
Got it. So
You'll lose 1 sanity.
dang it. Okay. All right. So I think with everything that's on the walls, are there any drawers, any bins, anything I can look into? Because we got to get the hell out of here like pretty quick after seeing what I saw.
Most of the drawers and bins are like out of this room. This room seems to be almost just the way it's depicted in the tarps on the floor. It's almost like this is a shrine in the works, almost. But yeah, that being said, if you were to like want to look more for tangible evidence, there is the counter that has several drawers and cupboards that you can kind of filter through.
Okay. And that's back out there with Rory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I will very gently but very quickly make my way out of that shrine room.
Right.
Rory, this guy is not right in the head. He's got some screws loose.
Okay, let's talk about it later. Are you still searching or are you done?
No, we gotta check this desk.
Okay, stay low to the ground. I'll stay in front of you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to body block as much as I can. And I'm still listening as well as I can.
Go ahead and give me a listen check.
Yeah.
Livy, as you kind of begin to like rummage around in these, go to open up the cupboards. There's some cupboards that open up and they just have like various
Using my thing.
logistical stuff, paper, clipboards.
I'm gonna use my thing.
Extra key rings, that kind of stupid stuff like that. But as you kind of go into the drawers that you saw, like the lockbox and the ledger put in, this one's locked.
Rory, did he have a key or anything? Did
Might
we
be
have
one
a
behind the
drawer?
desk there.
Did he leave it there? Or I'm pretty sure he's probably got it on that ring with him.
As you look around, there's lots of keys, but nothing little that would fit into the drawer. This looks like a little iron key.
Could I... Dang it. Would I be able to... I want to try the locksmith again, but I don't think I'll pass it. But I mean...
It doesn't hurt to try. Unless you completely fumble it, and then it does hurt to try. But like, you know...
I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, because I want in.
Fair enough.
Okay, alright. Ah!
Damn. Pretty good roll too.
That's a pretty decent roll.
Damn it!
As you kind of fiddle, you remember what Rory told you, and you kind of try to emulate that, and it's just not budging at all. Obviously, Rory doesn't know a damn thing about locksmithing.
I don't know a goddamn thing. I'm just reciting what people have told me. I got these beefcake hands. I can't do anything.
Leverage.
Yeah.
Dang it.
As you kind of are rummaging around, you hear somebody clear their throat loudly from basically right next to you in the same room.
Yeah.
I suggest you leave before I call the cops.
Why?
He's looking right at Livy, rummaging around in the thing. Looks at the broken door that's been the room that's broken into, and sees you playing stakeout badly.
Sure.
He came in through the back in the back hall.
Okay.
He's got fresh sheets in his hand.
All right. We don't want any trouble.
Okay, we're getting the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah. I'll just keep my eye on him and back up out the door with my hands up.
I'll rush behind Rory and look towards the door and make sure we're exiting safely.
He like, his eyes keep flitting back and forth between the room, you and you two, and it seems every time he does this, he gets a little angrier in a cyclical, spiraling up kind of manner.
Look, we thought you were gonna have money, man. You didn't have any money. I don't know what the fuck that is, but you didn't have any money. And then I'll shut the door.
Gotta get the hell out of here.
Of the hostel?
You just left the hostel.
Out of the area.
Yeah.
No, out of the area.
Yeah. Sure.
And we're hoofing it because Billy and Georgia have the car, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll,
you are right next to the trolley.
Yeah, we'll get on the first trolley we can.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, as you kind of dart out the door, you hear something hit the door as it closes behind you. And you kind of quickly brisk off down the street in a way.
What hit the trolley door?
Not the trolley door, the door of the hostel as it closed.
Oh. Well, that did not go according to plan.
Oh, am I like cursed today or something?
Nah, honestly, we got out of there pretty easy. Like, you could have tried to call the cops. We could have gotten into something of a fight. You know, it's better that we didn't have to, get physical. It's what I'm used to, so.
Yeah, well, we can't get on this trolley fast enough.
We're on the trolley, right?
We're walking to it?
You're walking to it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If, honestly, we might want to not even wait we might just want to keep walking, try to find an alley and duck into it for a little while.
Yeah.
Make sure that no police actually do come.
As you look back, a figure is on the sidewalk just looking directly at you. Looks like.
Is it that guy?
Yeah. He walks back.
Just watching us?
Someone's at my door. I'll be right back.
He walks as you kind of just take a look back. You just see him staring at you, and as you kind of flit down an alley, and he disappears out of sight.
Okay.
You kind of look behind you for a little bit, and it doesn't seem like he's following you.
Yeah, not great. But, what did you find?
There's something going on. It was like otherworldly back there. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it aligns with everything we saw in the basement and underneath the ground that we fell through. It's just there was like this volcanic top with 4 pillars and like this fleshy looking stuff. It just looked like a nightmare threw up on every wall you could look at. It was just it just felt off. It was off. No one could just make that. I think
Another person in this town is off their rocker.
Yes.
That doesn't get us any farther along in our investigation, but sometimes you gotta solve a mystery. We solved that one a little farther. Guy's fucking losing it. Everybody else in this town.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was getting ready to just...
Yeah, he had fucking crazy eyes.
Like just implode.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of what our next course of action is here. What I'm used to do, usually what we do is we'd go back and we'd rough him up a little bit, make sure he doesn't actually call the cops, but, I'm not sure if that's strategy, being, the two of us. We don't know if he's got a gun. I don't... Yeah.
He might have something worse than a gun, from what I saw. I mean...
Like what?
The same kind of things that maybe Georgia has. But
hopefully those take time, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but typically for me, I would just, sweet talk them a little bit, maybe smooth things over, but it doesn't even look all the way there.
Yeah.
So how long do we wait in this alley? I just feel so uncomfortable.
I mean, if he saw us walk into this alley, I would say we're going to keep moving. We're walking through this alley out the other side, and we're going to keep moving.
Okay.
As you kind of filed through, went down another back alley, hit another road, crossed it, took a back street. You hear the trolley dinging on the road kind of that you're running parallel to, and you kind of roll back to it, hop onto the trolley, and take off down.
Is there any sign of like police activity as we're leaving at all?
The trolley runs counterclockwise, so it actually brings you back past the hostel.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like there's any cops. It does look like there's a black, fancier car. Looks like a Rolls parked outside.
So he didn't call the cops. He called, the cult. Is what I'm getting from that. So they probably know that we're rummaging around. But hopefully they think we were out for money and not for occult shit. Hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed, but yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you gotta try. If you don't try and fail, you didn't try at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And look, we got what we wanted. We got the information we wanted out of that place. So, I mean, we didn't find out what was in his desk, but
yeah.
Well,
totally fine.
With that, we will kind of go over to the
I'm gonna try to clock the license plate of the car as we go by it.
I don't have a license plate for you, but
I just mean like if I saw the car again, I would like to, like know that it's the same car.
Yeah, it's HEV something. I don't remember the thing.
I guess what I was saying is I want to see any identifying features of that Rolls Royce. I want to have clocked so that if I see it again, I'm not just like that's a Rolls Royce. I'm like that's that Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
It's a vanity plate like.
Yeah.
Rolls.
RYC.
And then a money sign.
It's a Rolls Royce. I'm sorry.
BTHLU.
Yes, absolutely. All that.
COC, CMG.
Yeah, COC. COC 22.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, over at the Fisherman's Wharf, the adults get out of the car.
And you cut to us, and I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be bird shit. It could have been mud. I don't know. I think it really could have worked.
Not cults. Yeah, Jan. Basically.
Not cults, yeah.
I like that.
Mel, can I say for Melly and I, can we get off at the first, far enough that we've gone, but a place where it looks like there's a restaurant that we could just sit in for a few hours? Just get off there.
You can always go back to the cafe.
Yeah.
There's also the more realistically probably the butcher shop. It's not exactly your typical restaurant, but like.
Is it a butcher shop or is it actually a restaurant?
It's got a dining table. He's got like he'll sell you the pig's feet on a platter and stuff like that.
Are we about to turn into meat pies?
Let's go to the cafe. I don't think the butcher shop is a nice place to take Livy.
Fair. There's also the bakery.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, cafe or bakery, it's your choice, Livy.
You were just at the cafe.
So let's go to the bakery.
Sounds good.
All right.
I like cookies and donuts and.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut your scene off, but that's where we're gonna be until like 7:30, I think.
Sounds good.
We can just stay.
Beautiful. All right.
So we're totally still bickering about my plan as we get out of the car. I don't know how to figure it.
Was Georgia driving? Probably.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Getting there while you're like going on about, no, I think it would have been a great plan. It would have been, it'd be fine. Just a little bit, not a lot. She's like really just,
Like I've been arguing with myself the whole time.
Yeah, because she's just like elsewhere.
I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah. I'm gonna tell them you agreed with me. You're all right, Georgia.
Sure. So, who are we meeting here exactly? Who do we need to talk to?
It's a fisherman. Met him down at the memorial. He's a great guy. I may have lost a little bit of money to him and some cards. Just a little bit. Don't worry about it.
As you kind of pull up behind the stores and onto the wharf, a large fishing boat with two sails is tied to the wharf, kind of bobbing slightly with the tide. The captain and first mate are unloading crates of fish and whatnot onto a cargo truck and closing it up, patting it twice as it kind of rattles off away to the warehouses.
Do I recognize the captain?
Yep, it's Chase Street, the guy who took a couple bucks off you.
Yeah. I'll kind of wave at him. You know, I'm smoking my cigarette as I walk down. Chase, how was the catch today, my friend?
What? Ernie, how are you doing?
Oh well, haven't lost any more money, thank God.
Oh,
Kind of give him a little.
because you haven't played me.
Slide devil.
But you did catch. I had to go out pretty far to get it, honestly, this morning. But that's why we were out in so late. But it's a decent haul. What can I do you for? You here for that tour?
Yeah. I was hoping to get a little. We were hoping to check out the lighthouse. Hey, this is my friend, and I gesture to
Melanie.
Melanie.
She'll take his hand.
Yes.
Melanie? Okay. Well, it's lovely to have you aboard. If you just step on deck, he kind of points up up at the ship. He's like, go ahead and get yourself settled on the deck. We're just going to finish up what we're doing here. Just don't mind the ropes and the nets and stuff. We still haven't cleaned up completely. Just stay over there and you'll be all good. We'll be taking off here in a few minutes.
Oh, I'd love to give you a hand.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and... you ever work on a deck? No, you seem like... Maybe not.
No, I'm more in the forest, but I'm a quick learner.
That's okay. You just stand right over there with the lady. We got it.
I give a little I know what you're talking about. I'll stand back and just kind of light up as we get on the boat. What do you call her?
Oh, this old hunk?
Name of the... Yeah, I kind of, slap the hull.
Oh, well. Call her Rusty.
Rusty?
Rusty Shackleford.
Rusty Shackleford. Not bad.
I hate you.
So he... as you kind of get on deck, you actually notice a couple odd things, some things pop out to you, as you board, you notice that the thing has two harpoon launchers at the bow and aft of the ship. And an intricate system of ropes and rigging that kind of all converge at the helm, that are all tied to the masts and the sails.
Kind of give Georgia a knowing look of that's a little strange, but maybe this isn't the time to talk about it. How much space do we have between us and the captain and first mate?
Plenty of room. They're kind of busy. The first mate's offshore currently, just wrapping up the materials.
So
captain's down the deck.
I kind of picture George and I leaning up against the opposite end of the hull, kind of facing the bay. Yeah. So, what are we looking for, Georgia?
Well, and she'll kind of as she's turning, kind of facing behind her, just pointing generally and looking like she's being a little excited, and as she's kind of gesturing along the coast, well, we're looking for any of the locations that the light flickered off from the dream.
Yeah. Those I gotta tell you, I don't really like these shared dreams. They make me deeply unsettled.
I get used to them after a while, but no, this could actually help us quite a bit, especially if we can get to the lighthouses themselves. That would give us the best view.
I'm not sure exactly what this tour is gonna entail. Hopefully we can convince them to stop down at the lighthouse. Maybe we're we're artists after all. Oh, you're an artist. I'm the professor. Wait, is that what we went with? Shit.
You're the professor. I'm accompanying, but I'm not quite the brush artist.
Well, hopefully, like, do I see any kind of like rowboats around, like, it's a part of the bigger vessel, smaller boats, like
there's
or anything?
There's a dinghy kind of at the back of the ship.
Okay. Well, I said, so part of this, this is a friendly tour, but I don't know, we might have to grease his gears a little bit to get us to, set into the lighthouse. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll.
Well, if it's part of the tour, I don't see why it would be an issue to be able to take a peek.
All right.
Some places will let you do it.
Public lands, maybe. All right. Well, let's see. So we have one at the lighthouse. Where were the others? Do you remember from your dream?
Well, there's the one over by the chapel where you had that lovely conversation in private. Beyond that, I haven't quite been able to pinpoint some of the other locations. That's what I'm hoping to be able to get a scope out for today.
All right. Well,
as you kind of wrap up your conversation, Captain Chase kind of wanders over. His first mate starts roping off or untying from the dock and getting ready to set sail.
Cool.
All right. Now, which islands do you want to hit? Do you just want to hit the Straits Mouth, or do you want to hit Thatcher's as well? Yeah, they're kind of the same. You're just, lads, but, Straits Mouth seems to be the little closer. It'll take a little less time. It's still going to take a little bit. And then I can take you out through the bay so you can just see the coastline if you want.
And that has the Straits Mouth has the lighthouse on it, correct?
Oh,
they both do.
There's three, actually. If you look at Straits Mouth, he kind of points at the island kind of right next to you, north. There's one there, and then there's the twins down south, and he points down south to the kind of off in the distance. You can see an island with two little pinpricks kind of silhouetted against the sky.
What do you think?
Mike, which one was it that we got the perspective from? Was it Straits Mouth?
Straits Mouth.
It was.
It is closer to the city, or the town, I should say.
I think it would be a good idea if we went to the closer one. We do have that show to get to tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Firefly, I think it was.
You catch that yet there, Captain?
Can't say I have. Not a man of theater myself.
Yeah, you strike myself as more of a church-going feller. I kind of like give him a little crooked smile, like.
He laughs. My church is the sea.
Yeah, not figured. How long do you live here again? I think we talked about it back at the hall. You've been around here for quite some time, yeah?
I've been sailing these waters my entire life, but about 15 years I've been coming to dock here.
You have much trouble with sharks, Captain? She kind of gestures to the harpoons. I'm sure you guys go far enough out. We shouldn't have any problem here, would we?
Oh, it's not the sharks, lass. But that's for another time.
I think I might know what he's talking about. Is there something I could roll to get what he's inferring? Is he a whaler?
You can look into that. I'm not sure. It'd probably be a natural world roll.
Okay.
You know that these are whaling harpoons for sure.
Yeah. Cool. And is whaling legal at this point?
That's a good question. I think it still is. Weirdly.
Okay.
Why do I say weirdly? It's the world. But yes. The natural world, you know that these harpoons are definitely meant for whaling. As for that, the deck is definitely not set up for whaling. You would need a much bigger ship than what you have here. This is like a sloop. It can be piloted by 2 people with all this rigging. A whaling ship, you'd need a proper crew.
Gotcha.
So you know the harpoons are whaling harpoons, but this ship is not a whaling ship.
Okay.
Right. Gotcha. Oh, now, Captain, you can't tease me with a ghost story and not deliver.
Well, maybe once we set off on the way back, we'll indulge you. But for now, what you got? You got the Eddie guy's script there, Daniel? And Daniel kind of cracks up. He's like, nah, we ain't doing the whole tour guide here. But if you want some basic knowledge, I can basically tell you whatever you need to know. But no kraken in these waters for sure.
Disappointing. Too close to land, I'm sure.
As kind of gesture toward the lighthouse. Be like, what was that here built? It looks pretty old.
That there was built, I think, in the early 1800s. I want to say maybe in the 30s.
Wow.
But it's been hit by hurricanes a couple times. It's been rebuilt twice.
Wow. What about the other 2? Are they ever damaged from it?
No, well, they had some minor damage, but they never went down like Straight's mouth.
Now, is it the government who maintains that, or when it's wrecked down, who rebuilds it?
It's the town. It's mostly the more rich people in the town. The guys who run the Rockport Granite and whatnot will usually front the bill for that.
Yeah, is that like a family-run organization or something?
Yeah, I think I don't know who exactly, but the Reverend, I think his family owns that place.
Yeah, the Reverend Sardonicus, is that the man?
Yeah, the one, the oddball.
Yeah, so you met him, huh?
Well, I mean, when you don't have a church in town, it's a little odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was the 51 and 96 that they went down and got rebuilt up. You know, freak waves happens.
Yeah. Kind of look at George a little bit.
Guys, you didn't try to find another. Is there not another suitable island to put a lighthouse over here? Surprised you would keep rebuilding it.
Well, you see, it seems like the last 2 tidal waves actually did a good job shielding the town, and being that we still have an active sailing community on this coast, we want to make sure that they don't run aground. So it is kind of necessary.
Oh, sure. Twofold. Understandable why you'd keep it there.
Absolutely. But you looking to a looky-loo on the island? I think the wiki usually likes some company.
Oh, I love a good looky-loo.
I'd love to get it. The view would be wonderful. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's doable.
We'll pull in. He'll take you out on the dinghy. I can't get into that harbor. It's too shallow. But go ahead and wrap that up, Daniel. Go and go with Daniel. He'll take you on the dinghy, and see you here in maybe a little under an hour.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
That was great. Thank you.
And as the you hop into the boat on the back, he winches it down, and you splash in the water, and head off to the island. As you kind of approach the island, the salty sea sprays against the rocks as you pull up onto the rusty docks of the island. Disembarking the vessel, you look out east across a small goat farm in a stony grazing field. To the south, an oil derrick slowly rises and falls in the distance next to a small shack. A kind of beaten path extends from the shack through the farm and on north to a long wooden bridge extending out to a pale white brick lighthouse, as you see here.
Lovely.
As you kind of head down the walk path, you see a man spotted in the gallery fiddling with the light. The door is unlocked, and you push it open and enter, finding yourself in a circular room. A steel spiral staircase wraps around it and up. Chains softly clink in the center of the room, dangling from a winch system, and you hear a distant muffled rattling of gears as something black quickly descends through the from the chains down towards you and kind of lands with a thunk right in front of you.
What is it?
It's a bucket.
Huh.
Is it filled with things?
It looks like it's been freshly emptied, and there's like an oil, blackish oil kind of substance that was left in it. As you kind of look at it and take note of it, you hear the metal staircase kind of clunk and thump as somebody kind of walks downstairs.
Hello?
Visitors! I saw you coming aboard. The old man kind of patters around the corner, looking down at you.
We can beat you up there. And she kind of starts.
No. I love visitors. It's just wait there. I'm coming. And he
No, let us come to you. And come, hurry. This poor old
He's
man.
about halfway down. Like you're gonna make him walk all the way back up. It's easier to come down than it is to come back up.
Listen to the man. Just let me finish what I'm doing here. I'm coming. And he kind of patters down, and just the frail, like, Frenchman in his, like, maybe 70s, like late 70s, early 80s. He's shaking slightly, but just has a big smile on his face, saying, welcome to my life. What do you want to go up on into it?
Just trying to save you the trip down. Yes, we were going to go up if it would be okay.
He turns around. No, well, come on, follow me. He just kind of like the old man walk. His hips are hurting, but he's going as fast, like pretty briskly for what he is.
Pretty spry.
Yeah.
Looks
He's
like
taking him like he's
stairs.
Every other step, he's taking it 2 at a time. You know.
I'll even as he's doing that, I'll call out to him and be like, "Oh, looks like you climbed up these stairs a time or two."
Oh yeah, they're the only thing keeping me alive is these stairs.
How long you been doing this, old timer?
Oh, maybe about 25 years now. It's my retirement plan, as it were. Better than the factories, I can tell you that.
What do they call you, old man?
Oh, I'm old Rand. Don't mind me.
Old Rand?
Yeah.
Old Grampy Randy?
That's what my name is. Don't wear it out. And as you kind of shuffle up the stairs behind him, he's just kind of, the old tower was built back in 1835, and it went down once in 51, and then it went down again in 96. We're just waiting for another few years for it to go down again. I'm sure it will. It goes down more than my old flame back in 1891. But anyway, that being said,
wow.
And he just kind of rambles on as you.
Yeah.
Were you here when it went down the most recent time?
Oh hell no! I'd be dead. That guy was dead. He very much died. He did what he did. Probably, hopefully, went out doing what he loved. Honestly, this is a little bit of a lonely job. Don't have a lot of people to talk to. Excuse me if I'm rambling on at times and oversharing or anything.
Please.
But
Go on, Rand.
here's where it is.
Go off, Randy.
He
Come off.
Spill the tea.
he opens up the hatch and brings you out onto the gallery, and you see the large engine kind of metallic light that spins, is just kind of stationary at the moment. And he kind of goes off and lets you get up and gives you room to kind of walk around and breathe. Well,
So kind of looking around, I'll be like, "Ooh, Rand, being out here as long as you have, it's kind of secluded. Yeah, you say you're pretty lonely out here. Don't get too many visitors."
little bit. You know, the goats keep me some company, and you know, there's the soft whisper of the wind. But you know,
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy when the visitors do
You've
come
seen
on.
some weird stuff. The light playing tricks on you all out here by yourself. You ever seen anything weird?
You know, I once saw 2 male goats going at it. It was odd.
No.
Randy Rand.
You know, to each his own. Though I don't judge. It's just not
Say,
very
though,
productive.
being out here, out off the water, you must be much older than you look. That salt air does a number for you.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'll tell you what. Honestly, the stairs plus the salt air added 25 years to my life. I'll tell you what. I was about to, like, in the warehouses, they were running me ragged. My hips were broken. My legs were. I'm probably going a little too far, but anyway, like, I have to tell you, they're assholes. Them capitalists. I'd rather be out here on this light, just making sure ships don't fucking crash into the rocks. It's simple life.
Well, who pays you then? Is that the city or is that someone else?
Oh, some fellows from the town make sure I have supplies and whatnot, but you know, they got the farm going. They're doing we got the oil going. We're self-sustaining over here. It's a good time.
Here, what?
Yeah, the oil jack. You see that? He kind of points south at the jack that's kind of rotating.
Rand, I hope to be doing half as well as you in the next 20 years. Really, you are just living the life
What
here.
looks like yours, you can be
great.
doing twice as well as me, I think, ma'am.
I hope so, honestly.
I hope so as well.
See, Ernest, I told you this view would be. Look at this, and she just gestures out to the town and
So
kind of pulls out her little map, kind of flip it, like trying to get a perspective on it, like.
well, I'm going to leave you to it. You seem like you might want to, you know, romantic moment or whatnot. I'll be down in my my little shack if you need anything. Don't mind me.
Rand.
Gotta go check on the goats. And he kind of leaves the hatch open. Whatever you do, don't let this close on you. It'll lock. And he heads down.
Thanks, Rand.
No, thank you.
Oh.
She'll kind of wait a moment, listen for, you know, the feet to hit a few stairs. Just kind of
Clunk,
leans in.
clunk,
You
clunk,
handled
clunk,
yourself very well there. As she kind of starts like looking over the map and looking out, trying to pinpoint.
I'm learning, bit at a time. I didn't even want to rub excrement all over myself, so I think we're progressing.
That's an improvement, yes. Well done, William.
Well, what the fuck are we looking for up here? Is this sparklies, those shinings?
Kind of like she's got the map like situated so that she's kind of looking from where they are. It's kind of skewed a little bit and just kind of trying to find. Okay, well, if this is Pigeon Cove, if I can just. Do you need a
It's
navigation?
out to our north, I think. You know, Pigeon Cove, right?
Go ahead and just give me spot hidden.
Just spot hidden. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Let me get there. My roll 20 is a little small.
The eagle eyes.
Green
So
button.
eagle.
Yep. Eagle eyes if you got 'em.
Oh.
All right. So as you kind of gaze across the town, there's a little bit of a cloud kind of over the misty town of Rockport, and you're wondering if you're going to see anything. And the cloud kind of pans over and the sun shines in, you see the glints kind of just immediately blink out at you. And as you kind of squint and try to plot them out onto the map, you can go ahead and check out your new map with all these yellow dots on it.
Ooh, look at me. Making checks.
So
and
with
not
that,
failing.
you notice that there is a plaque at Pigeon Cove Chapel. There's one on a building just outside the quarry. There's one on Granite Rockport, the actual main company. There's one on the railroad station, the police station, the cemetery, the Bradley Brothers wharf, and the old church, the old sloop that you visited that has the door that is just spewing out all sorts of dry ice mist, like a rave.
And she'll quickly kind of mark them on the map. Get it kind of closed up.
Like, Georgia, are there eight little points?
7. Oh, 8.
Seven.
Sorry, 8. You're right.
You know what else has 8 letters? Cultists. I think we've stumbled upon a big clue right here.
I think you're onto something. As she's just very dryly, as she's
Just look straight into the camera.
Good one, Billy.
really. No.
This means something. 8.
As you
What else has 8 letters?
as you kind of contemplate this,
Shellfish? Like counting.
as you kind of take all this into account, and we'll kind of montage a little bit of you going back down across back across the island into your to the boat with where Daniel's waiting for you. And it's just a compilation of various 8-letter words that Billy thinks of as you're just kind of making your way back. The oars hit the water as you're brought back to the main ship, and he does just as you kind of re-embark.
And fishes.
As you re-embark, and he takes like a route around the island and just kind of takes you up past the harbor and like the town, just so you can get a view of everything. And Chase kind of, as you kind of go to turn around, Chase calls up Daniel to take the wheel, and he comes down to you. And I believe I owe you a ghost story.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Well, take it all off, if you will. It was about, well, not even that long ago. About been, like I said, let me start over. I've been sailing these waters for about 15 years now, and these harpoon guns aren't just for show. There's things in the water sometimes. Odd things. Beyond the odd fish that you see in the books and the fish-legged creatures you see in your science manuals and whatnot. Do you know what tritons are?
Three-pronged spears, so to speak.
That's a
I've
trident.
never read
ma'am,
any of that
but,
in my tabloids, in my
Not-
pulps.
No, not usually.
Trident.
Nah, I haven't heard any of this.
Well, back in Greek myth, they believed that there was these creatures, humanoid face, but fish like everything else. And now, I don't know what they've been doing along the coast, but they seem to favor quiet, small town waters. There's this place south of here called Imsmith, and they inundate the place. Honestly, I can't even fish near there anymore. But back when Daniel was just a new first mate, we were sailing up by Newfoundland, looking for a school of longfish that had migrated up. And I remember seeing a thing just playing about the water. It was, well, Daniel thought it was a siren. It wasn't singing, though, and it didn't look nothing like a beautiful woman. It's up on the rocks, you know. I thought it was maybe a seal, or I don't know what a walrus would do around here, but, you know. So I looked over, and sure as shit, there's one of them there. It looks injured. Almost like it had clipped its fin or something on one of the lines. It was bleeding and screaming out something horrible. As we approached, it began to see it through the veil of fog, and we, not knowing better, Daniel threw it a line. It took it aboard, brought it aship, and as it hit the deck, it jumped him. All I saw was water and crimson flying everywhere. Nearly took the boy out. Luckily, this thing is a 360 swivel. He points at the harpoon gun, and I stuck him to the deck. Unfortunately, that wasn't the end of our troubles that evening, as whatever whale it let out brought more of them. All of a sudden, the waters around the ship started frothing up like they were, you know, a pool of lava or whatnot, and they just started bubbling out of the water. This is before we had the rig, and we were had no way of getting the sails back up. Luckily, Daniel, after getting savaged, went something like a little bit blacked out, and started just wailing on him with a board he picked up from the deck. I luckily had a flare gun, and apparently they didn't like the light. Ended up shooting at the light, and they ended up scattering. By the end of it, a couple were pinned to the deck, a couple limbs were left, but we were able to get Daniel back before he bled out, luckily. I don't know what they want with these kind of small towns, but they covet them.
Well, Captain, you ain't wrong. That is sure a ghost story.
Sailors and your tales. Thank you for entertaining us at the very least. It was a very good one. I'm sure Daniel's okay, though, yes? At this point, if he's still
Oh yeah, you see him
working
there.
with you.
He's barely got a limp left. He's recovered pretty nicely. And as you kind of look at Daniel, you actually kind of notice that he, for summer, he's wearing long sleeve. He's got like a scarf. He's covered up quite a bit. The ship comes into the dock. Actually, instead of that, I think right there we'll take our break and we'll come back. And we have a theater to go to, a show.
Oh boy, we got a show.
We
Oh
got-
yeah.
But
We're gonna go see the new Avengers movie together. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. I'm sure it won't be terrible. And
It'd be great.
yeah. So we will be back here in just about 10-15 minutes. I'll leave you some music, and we'll see you soon. Hello, and welcome back. We are back from break, and we were returning with the rest of the conclusion of Chapter 8, The Watcher. We just left off with the with Georgia and Billy both coming back into shore from their adventure, their little tour to the lighthouse. We'll pick back up in a bakery, kind of in the north part of town. A wide assortment of breads and sweet rolls and cakes kind of adorn the case, and a man in a white hat and kind of bustles behind the counter as two people sit nibbling on glazed donut and maybe drinking some coffee. It's about 6:30.
I'm not saying we should lie, but I am saying Georgia's gonna be so fucking pissed at us.
She's going to kill us.
So why don't we just sweeten the story a little? You know?
Okay, so, but if we do, we have to have the same story, because
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
he's gonna kill us.
Yeah.
So you go.
So we
get the
rummaged
room.
around. I mean, we can just say we rummaged around a little.
Yeah.
He saw us rummaging around. There was a little bit of a standoff, but we backed off.
A slight.
Yeah, a
Very
little bit of a,
minor.
he was like, what are you doing? And we were kind of like, oh, nothing. We were just leaving, and that's the end of the story.
And we don't have to talk about his shifty eyes or anything.
Or that we broke anything, or whatever.
That we touched stuff and saw the shrine room. And do we tell them about the shrine room?
Yeah, no, we tell them everything we found.
Okay.
What we found is important.
But what if they ask
fact
how
that
we
kind
saw
of
it?
fucked it, we maybe don't. We don't. I just don't. I don't want them to think we fucked it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we just give the facts, the good facts. We got in there. We saw the thing. We left. A little bit of a standoff.
It's a bit of revisionist history. That's it.
I like it. I agree. Are you gonna
Okay.
eat the rest of that donut?
No, please.
Okay. Thanks.
You excited to see your sister?
I am so beyond excited. I haven't seen her in so long, but I'm queasy about it. I'm so nervous. Like,
Yeah, I gotta
just
tell you,
hope she's
I don't.
okay.
It strikes me as odd that you get that letter and then she's performing tonight. If this show goes off without a hitch, if everything goes according to plan, if we see her up on that stage and we get to meet her after and she seems okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if it make me more or less suspicious, you know?
That's fair. I think I'll know. I think I will just know in my heart if she's okay if we make eye contact and just given her first response to me. I think I'll be able to tell. And I like exactly. And I think we should stick with maybe some kind of emergency safe word of like get the hell out of here,
Sure. What do you mean, though?
It's just in case she's not her, and maybe it's, a bad situation, and she sees me, and it doesn't go the way I think it should go. Maybe I say, I guess it's time for popcorn or something. I don't know.
I think you're getting too hypothetical with it. We don't know what we're gonna see when we get in there. We'll address it when we do.
Okay.
What are we gonna do?
Okay.
But,
All right.
Look, if you want to say something about popcorn, sure. I'll know that you're stressed.
I'll just say popcorn. I'll just did the. Okay, all right.
Well, I
almost
feel like,
time.
yeah, we've been hanging out in the bakery for too long, but you think what's his name, Harvey? You think he's gonna be there?
I don't know. If he might. Howard, by the way.
Howard, thank you.
Might actually try to avoid it tonight,
Right.
seeing as how I was most interested in it.
Yeah. You
So
seem
yeah,
stressed
so
out
let's
about
just.
that. I mean,
no.
are there any lingering feelings there?
No,
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
As if. Let's just focus on the show.
Sure.
Just, the Firefly. We're excited about the Firefly. Are we going there, like, together? Are you gonna, be kind of in there first and I follow, or vice versa?
Oh, we're just going to a show, you know?
Blend in with the crowd. Be
Yeah.
normal.
I thought you
We
were
got
asking if
this.
we were going together, and I was like, well, we're going as a group. I don't know what you mean, but
No,
you're asking if we're going at the same time.
As this interaction kind of
yes.
goes on, a familiar Model T rolls up with Georgia and Billy in it on the road
Question.
outside.
Oh,
Would am I muted? No.
No.
Would there be time to stop and get some flowers?
Sure. I don't see why not. We're the pharmacy on the side of the road. Where are we doing this?
Because so basically, essentially, you give flowers to the lead, and then have a separate bouquet to give each of the rest of the cast a flower.
Okay.
The thinking here is we craft a letter, very quick, using the same code that she used to try to meet with her somewhere, and when giving out the flowers, give her the card with the quick message, so that we don't have to risk Livy and her seeing each other right away and blowing Livy's cover.
Pretty good idea, Georgia.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Draft, for the
Phenomenal
gift subs.
idea.
Sorry.
Oh goodness! Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Oh my
Shit.
gosh! Thank you.
Nice.
Ancient Moose, Eli, Jan, Tylo, Marsen, all great people. All deserving. Thank you so much. Another gift bomb, right? Thank you so much. Just wait for the piano part to stop playing.
I
But-
think that's a great idea. I wonder what kind of flowers you'll be able to get in this town, but I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Flowers are flowers, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, are you gonna just pick them off the side of the road? Are you like?
I would. That's why I'm trying to stop at pharmacy or
Pharmacy.
shop or
Okay.
something. Yeah. Sorry
Any
for the
place that
loud.
might sell some flowers.
Right. And as they're driving, she just hands a bunch of cards to Billy and is just here, just write something nice.
Well, hold up now.
Repeat it.
Well, what if we let maybe Melly write something?
Oh, I'm taking care of that one. This is for the rest of the cast.
Oh, all right, okay. You did great part.
Something along those lines, but not quite so childish. This is keep it serious.
Okay. You're a professional actor! Exclamation point. All right, that's pretty good.
You kind of leave the car as he's doing this, and go into the pharmacy. You walk in, and it's a typical pharmacy. It's a little cramped. Lots of different vials and bottles in that cabinet. There's also a cold bar with where they sell milkshakes, sodas, candy and gum, that kind of stuff. It also has kind of on the higher shelves, you see some of the more heavier drugs like peyote, heroin, meth, cocaine, that fun stuff for those bigger headaches. Little over-the-counter help. You also see that there's a glass globe full of like a red liquid as you kind of walk in. But yeah, behind the counter there's a shorter man, kind of in his 30s, and they kind of look up at you, and welcome you in as you enter. So, oh, hello. How may I help you today?
Yes, I was wanting to pick up a couple of bouquets of flowers, if you had any available.
Oh, I believe we just got a shipment in maybe a couple of days ago. I think they're over there and behind the counter, behind the rakes and the display. They're right there.
Oh,
and
yes.
like, yeah.
I see it. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And he kind of goes back to what he was doing.
Right.
As you kind of collect up all these, bring them back to the counter. You notice, go ahead and roll me a spot check, actually.
Okay. But
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Boop.
Boop, boop. Nice.
Yeah.
As you, kind of, go to lay down the flowers and stuff, you just notice a little something on the side of his neck. There's a Y peeking up from a couple lines. You can't see the rest of the tattoo.
Great. Cool.
And that'll be about 85 cents.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. And she'll, hand him the dew and gather them up.
Have a lovely day.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. And he
Gets
goes
in the
back.
car, kind of settles the flowers in gently in the back, gets in. Oh, fuck. Just starts the car and gets going.
What? Fuck what? Fuck what, Georgia? What's wrong? What happened? What happened?
Not something we directly need to worry about right this moment, unfortunately.
Well, I'm having a hell of a time filling out the rest of these cards. I'm gonna need some help.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just needed you to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And as you
sure
kind
you're
of
okay? What happened in there?
Don't worry about it. I'll
All
tell you.
right, all right.
I'll let everybody know once we get back to the hotel.
and it's literally right around the corner to the bakery, and you come to a squeaking halt. We're just gonna ignore the fact that you would have no idea that they were at the bakery, but
I'm just gonna as they go by and
oh, there you
if
go.
I saw their car, just wait out the door as they're driving. Try to catch someone's
You see a
attention
big
in the car.
lump of a man that's very familiar kind of lean out the door, and you kind of slam on the brakes as the
Hey, it's Lump.
wheels
I mean
squeal a little bit.
LP. I mean Rory.
It's a lot.
And as you kind of all kind of plop into the car and rattle off to your next destination.
Georgia
is-
explains her plan very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I love it.
How'd the hostel go?
It was okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it was great. Yeah, it was good.
I look
good.
at Livy.
I look
did
back
you-
at Rory.
It's good. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
What
You
did
know
you
what?
find?
We got in there.
Livy found some useful stuff, actually. Well, not useful, but like very interesting.
They're extremely interesting. There was this room, paintings everywhere. Cause I told you he had that strange painting the first time I was in there. So the second time, the whole room. And so I'll just go through and explain what the room looked like, and
Right.
avoiding every detail of how we got in there, and then we left. And
Yeah.
and then we left.
And you didn't have any trouble with the Ona?
There was a little bit of a, he saw that we were doing something shady, and he was like, you
Very
guys
minor.
need to go, and we were kind of like, yeah, sorry about that. We're
Yeah.
gone.
We apologized quickly. We were out of there. So we're here now. We're
will
here.
say, good job, you guys. That sounds
guy
like
had
a
crazy
crazy
eyes. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean,
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say he has crazy fucking eyes. That guy's like, if there's some
Very
shady shit going on in this
shifty.
town, that guy's in it.
Super shifty.
Yeah.
Just,
Considering what you said he painted, it doesn't surprise me.
I'm pretty sure he's crazy. I'm certain he's crazy.
I will also say, as we were leaving, and I'll look at Livy as I'm saying this, as we were leaving, and in no relation to what happened with us, we saw this Rolls Royce pull up. That
yeah,
also
we
looked
did.
super shifty.
Yes.
Rolls?
Just like, this town, in a town like this, right?
Yeah.
Something like that would
Rolls Royce
stick out.
stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And this,
But
it
we
didn't
weren't
fit the
there.
aesthetic.
And we weren't there when that got there. That was there after. We were not there. So,
It
What?
was as we were leaving. We saw this pull up. Didn't see you got
Yes.
out or anything like that. But
no. Because we were gone. We left.
Wait, I'm confused. When you were there or you weren't there?
we were leaving.
Oh,
They were leaving the area when they saw the vehicle. Safely and without incident, as they say.
Yes. And Rory saw the license plate.
Yeah, I could pick it out if we see it again.
Yes.
I mean, but again, if you see a Rolls Royce in this town, it's probably fucking that one.
Yes.
all right. So what you're telling me, is that you got in, you saw some weird paintings, you got out, you got spotted, the man had weird eyes, but he didn't care, so you left, and then you saw a car, a very nice car.
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. That is what we said. Look back.
Georgia, does this smell like bird shit to you?
Oh, it absolutely smells of manure, but that's not important at the moment. We're going to have to deal with all the repercussions of today much later.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, what you're talking about?
At the moment, we need to be within a proper mindset as we arrive at this theater for the show that we need to see.
You're right.
Now, when I go to deliver the flowers, probably maybe best for you to not directly interact with your sister, just in case. That's what the cards are for. Now, I need you to very quickly write something with this message in the same manner that she did. It needs to be your handwriting, very personal.
Okay.
Okay? And the coded message is already written in. She just needs to write out, like, whatever.
Got
This is
it.
basically just like cafe 10 a.m. or some shit.
Got it.
Just a way for you to be able to meet up.
And you're saying I can't hand this to her after the show? Or
If you can
No.
keep it together, if you can make sure that she does not acknowledge you as Livy or Olivier, if you cannot
You gotta hang
guarantee
back.
that, you cannot interact with her.
She's right,
Your,
Livy.
your cover cannot be blown. We are already in enough shit as it is.
This is for her safety, Livy. You
Between
understand
the
that, right?
hostel owner, the pharmacist, the fucking sardonicus,
listen,
we are
I
already deep in this.
get it. I understand, but how am I supposed to know that she's her?
I cannot guarantee her safety if you interact with her and blow your cover.
Come on, Livy, you said it yourself. You grew up with her. You'll be able to tell. We'll sit right behind you. You just give us a nod of confirmation when she's on the scene. Either Georgia or Rory or I will approach her with the flowers. I think it should be me. Completely honest.
What? Why? And why is that, Mr. Farnsworth?
Because I am
Professor
I'm a delightful old man who appreciates a good performance.
Considering
It
the
could-
performance you gave today, would almost.
I'm not that bad.
You didn't do half bad. I have to say.
And I didn't even rub any kind of excrement all over my face, Livy. I could handle this.
Though he did not, even with every opportunity that he had.
So, have we exchanged what they found out?
No, we don't know anything about you today.
Not yet. Do
Was
we
it
have
pretty,
time to go over that before, since rolling up to the theater?
Go over what? I'm sorry.
Like
Exactly.
what we
Yeah.
saw and learned
Um,
from our trip, our day trip.
we have time here.
Okay.
It was a great day, let me tell you. I mean, Georgia, you go first, Georgia. You go first.
Honestly, I have to agree with that one. It was kind of nice just getting out. But business. So those two sailors that you dealt with, the
Captain
Wolfman.
Schultz, right?
It was
Not Schultz.
Chase.
Chase.
Chase and
Yes, Captain
Daniel.
Chase. That's it.
They've had run-in with best way to fishmen.
And which has 8 letters. Remember that.
What?
Got it.
Remember,
he's a
Fishman
Muslim. Don't
has
get him
8
started,
letters, just
please,
remember
and the
that.
listeners for
Fishmins.
Don't.
Sorry, Fishmins.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
Fishman
seven.
is
It's,
right?
yeah, but
Fishmins.
we totally get what you were going for, Billy. Absolutely, Professor Farnsworth.
Just remember that for later.
But they've had run-ins with them, which is interesting. Apparently, they have a fondness for the smaller towns. There seems to be maybe an infestation in Innsmouth, but they're flocking around lately. And the fact that he's didn't seem too bothered by it means that he's gotten used to it. So.
I mean, to some degree, he had 2 giant fucking harpoons mounted to the deck of his ship. Plus, we also know that they're susceptible to light. He used some kind of flare to drive them away. Like, perhaps if we could find some flare guns, just in case, it might not be the worst thing. But, Georgia, what about the blinky lights? Tell them about those.
Oh, yes. From the dream.
The dream?
The flashes that we were seeing. I managed to pinpoint where they are from the lighthouse. So I figure.
Yeah. And guess how many of them were there? 8. Fishmen's.
It's a whole thing. It's a
Fishmen's.
And he's been doing this the whole time.
That's
Almost.
numerology. That's just,
at least
science.
getting back to the ship. Yes, it's been a whole thing.
That's just science.
So, also the lighthouse, the Wiki Rand, he was actually quite a pleasant man. All things considered around here, he took over the lighthouse. Got taken out about twice due to hurricanes. One in 56 and another in 91. No, 51, 96.
And guess who is responsible for the maintenance of these lighthouses?
Ooh.
Just take a guess.
A one Sardonicus family.
Ow! Pastor Sardonicus, you remember him? I met him
Yeah.
before.
Family
Yes,
seems to have been here for quite a while. They were involved with the first rebuild back in 51.
So we got ourselves a couple places that we should investigate. All around town, all these 8 places.
I think it's best for us not to check out all of them. Perhaps one not quite so surrounded by public. It may increase our chances of not getting caught, which is desperately what we need right now.
I think we're doing great.
Because we've been doing a wonderful job so far.
Sounds like they kept their heads down. Yeah. Yep. You didn't get caught. I mean, you're here, so I think that's a good sign, right, Georgia?
We need to be making as little notice of ourselves as possible right now, which is
Absolutely.
also why I'm very iffy about interaction with you and your sister right now.
Well, Georgia, Livy, all you got to do is write the message. One of us will deliver it. You understand?
Done and done.
Wonderful.
All right.
So now, as you kind of pull to a stop outside the Rockport Theater, there's plenty of parking spots on the road and stuff, and there's even a parking lot over onto the side. There's a small number of people that are filing towards the theater. There's not like a line wrapped up to it. Outside, the sign reads again, "The Firefly," starring Deandra Wright. As you queue up at the box office, you show off your ticket and head inside, passing through the brass doors of the theater. The house, as you kind of enter, you see that the house seats close to about 100, but less than half the seats are filled tonight. As you kind of settle into your seats kind of a little bit further to the back, there's a little bit of a humdrum of conversation and whatnot as kind of y'all wait for the show to start.
Is there like a place to get snacks?
Yeah, as you kind of near the beginning, the front of the theater, there's a concession stand with all sorts of accoutrements.
Yeah, I'll get their biggest soda.
While he's getting the soda, I'm like sitting there like 8 letters: CULTIST. I swear there's something here.
And as you kind of file over to your seats with snacks in hand, and await the show.
George is looking at them like they're crazy.
I've got my popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of scan the crowd a little bit, and there's a couple familiar faces in the crowd. One, Reverend Sardonicus, is kind of seated near the front. The pharmacist from earlier. A couple other people.
Is that the same guy from the diner that acted weird that one time?
I don't know if he acted weird, but he was having a hushed conversation with the sheriff.
Is the hostel owner here?
He is not.
That's good.
But yes, the lights go down and the crowd hushes and the curtains draw and the whatever you can call maybe a play begins. It depicts a story of a beautiful singer, Nina, who travels to Bayonne as an undercover spy for the Spanish during the Napoleonic Wars. She's accompanied by Diego, a French spy undercover as a Spanish nobleman. Throughout the story, the two fall in love, but when eventually she attempts to relay the info about France's plans, becomes thwarted. It's revealed that the lovers are both spies for the opposing sides. Nina flees to Spain, questioning her allegiances, as Diego regrets choosing country over love. 5 years later, with France and Spain still at war, the two are reunited by chance. They decide to put aside their allegiances. Diego confesses his mistakes and declares his love for Nina, suggesting running away together. It's between them, there's like a scene that kind of happens, and this line of dialogue kind of plays out. It's, "You're dreaming if you think this will all work. Maybe we are. Maybe we are dreaming. Then what happens when we wake? Maybe we never have to wake up." Now, the production's very obviously being held up by the lead actress. She commands the stage with boldness and grace, lacing her lines with emotional truth and nuance. The rest of the small cast seems to just be reciting lines of reading them in school. Her
Lily's very moved and crying.
right.
Rory is like loudly sipping the last sip through the straw of his soda.
Lily's leaned in.
Her co-star, although handsome on key, kind of lacks the same energy and sharpness as the star. One extra did stand out among the rest. There was a particular sequence with a coach riding song, and a nun that ran alongside them. A petite woman with light brown skin does a lovely harmony with the lead, which was one of the highlights of the show. They almost duet in between, and there's a almost flirty nature with the way it's played out. Livy instantly recognizes the voice. The play goes on, and the two flee the war and strife and move to the Italian countryside. The war ends less than a year later, and the two live happily ever after. Cue a lackadaisical applause from the crowd. Cass bows.
When was she?
It was beautiful.
Livy, which one was she?
She was the nun.
Okay.
Didn't you just feel the difference in her performance compared to everyone else?
People begin to stand up and file out.
Fucking knees hurt from sitting like this for so long. Jesus.
I will meet you at the car.
Yeah.
One of you wouldn't mind staying with me?
Sure.
Just in case.
Oh.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'll go out with Livy.
Okay.
You sure that was her, Livy? Kind of like under our breath.
I wouldn't be mistaken.
Hope she likes my card.
I think you want her to like more than your card.
I worked really hard on those.
So, she'll, kind of, okay, as we kind of split up, she'll head towards the stage and kind of try to see if she can find how to get backstage. Or
As you kind of file through a little bit of the crowd, there's a door, and there's a couple people crowded around, seemingly admirers and whatnot, crowding towards a part of the hallway that kind of leads back behind the stage. There's one man kind of just trying to keep them back. He's like, hold on, she'll be out soon. And you see the cast kind of begin to file past the hallway as you kind of watch. And Deandra is the last one, and she begins to kind of wade to like the three people who are there. She's like, oh yes, absolutely, and signing things for them and stuff.
Georgia will kind of hand the main bouquet, which will go to the woman, to Rory, as she kind of like tries to make her way to the rest of the cast.
The kind of guard kind of looks at you and just kind of shrugs and kind of steps aside as you kind of begin to handing out the flowers to each of the cast members. Kind of near the end, she's still in her nun outfit as she walks by, and you hand her the rose.
And she, I thought you did a wonderful job, and she'll just like very deliberately hand it to her.
She doesn't even really take stock of you as you walk, and like just kind of grabs, oh thank you, and continues moving forward, kind of in file with the rest of them.
A friend of mine personally wrote those notes. They hope that you like it.
You kind of say this, and she continues to walk away, almost as if not hearing you.
I'll pick my nose as I hand off the bouquet to the lead.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Nice job.
My, haven't seen you around before.
Yeah, no. It's good. This is a good show. I don't see a lot of theater.
You from the city?
Yeah.
Well done, everyone. Very well done.
Yeah.
Honestly. And as she comes back out, oh, Pete, wonderful. Oh, hello. Yes. Hey, I just wanted to get the rest of the cast of flowers. You did a marvelous job.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just saying that.
Truly.
Yes, absolutely charmed. And who is your friend Pete, you said?
Yeah, hi, I'm Pete.
We're from out of town. We're just kind of visiting as a group.
I
I'll
can
extend
see
my hand
that.
and realize that I just picked my nose with it and wipe it on my pant leg and be like, sorry, Pete. Yeah, Pete.
Absolutely enchanted. Well, I hope to see you around before you leave again. We do multiple productions. Maybe you'll see the next one?
If we
Yeah.
have time, yeah, that would be wonderful.
Beautiful. And she kind of goes on to the other sycophants that are around.
Well, we got to get to dinner, and she'll kind of lead Rory off. And as they get outside and back to the car, it's like, did the lead actress seem weird to you?
I don't know, fucking artists, man. But was she extra in her own world? Maybe. Definitely got douche vibes.
She felt a little insistent. We better get back to the hotel. I have to contact her, but
It is getting a little late as well. The sun has much gone over the horizon, and only a bit of a purple hue is left in the sky to remind us of its presence. As you kind of clamber back into the car and head off to the Seaward Inn to turn in for the night. Is there anything else you'd like to...
I know I mentioned it earlier, but I wanted to make sure none of you were really too distracted during this. The pharmacist who was also in the audience tonight, he had one of the tattoos.
Yeah. I think what that confirms for us is that, that this is something that's been ingrained in this community, right? Whatever's going on here is...
We are dancing around a bear trap, my friend. Like, we're running out of time and we're getting dangerously close to it snapping. Like, we could absolutely lose here if we're not careful.
I mean, going with that metaphor, we're kind of walking ourselves into the bear trap if we're going to the cultist meeting tomorrow night,
We knew it was there the whole time. We knew the whole town was a loaded trap. Like,
Yeah, I'm just saying, we're fucking crazy either way.
I am rather nervous about that dinner, quite honestly, but Livy,
Listen, we all just discovering that we're crazy now? What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
We all knew this. Come on. Come on. We are all risking our fucking asses being here. We signed up for this. Now, we got some good information today. I think we should be proud.
What exactly did we leave as the message?
Well,
We can... If you don't have it defined... Sorry.
I'm sorry.
If you don't have the message defined, we can always work it out over the
Did it
week.
set up a meeting? Was that what it did?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was meant to. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or was the goal was to
That was the effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Georgia, what happened? Tell me everything. And I'm looking at her like super expectantly, like it's just bursting at
Kinda
the
like-
seams.
She kind of like looks back at the two of you, and just kind of you see her kind of like very gently shake her head and readjust herself. I don't know what has happened, but she didn't seem
You don't know
all
what it's
there.
happened. What do you mean? What do you mean? She's one of the most intelligent, charismatic people I've ever known in my life, and that's not just because she's my sister. So I mean, you have to
That
be
is-
mistaken.
That's not the person that I talked to this evening. They seemed dismissive, uninterested, distracted. Somewhere they didn't want necessarily to be there.
But-
That's who I talked to. Not
But
this.
she at least received the message, right? Like she took it physically in her hands. Like
Yes, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. She may not think anything of it if she may not be in the mindset to even decipher it, even though it was her code to begin with. This was an idea to make it happen. If something has happened to her and she does not reach out, then there's nothing further that we can do. At least on
Nothing,
the front.
Melton. You knew she was in trouble of some kind, so it's not that unreasonable for her to be disconnected or distressed. Now,
yeah.
if you wrote a good message, I believe that she maybe might not notice it right away, but she might.
I should have
now.
taken the message myself.
It just means that we have to, if we continue to move and we move quickly, we may be able to save her before something terrible happens. And that at least is something, even if we can't reach her now. That just means that we have to do something quickly and try to get to her at the end.
We should have followed her. I wish we'd followed her.
It's already too much going on. Sardonicus was there. Pharmacist, police chief is probably around the corner somewhere. It looks suspicious.
Well, did they at least all go the same direction? Is it something maybe we can catch up to them?
They should went out the
don't know.
back, but they could have gone anywhere. If she's not staying at the hostel, and I can't imagine there would be any chance of you guys of any of us being able to stay at said hostel.
I don't know
We
if she was
still-
actually staying at the hostel anymore. Didn't she like not show up at the hostel for a few days?
The information you got from Howard was that she had been moved out of the hostel, at least
Right.
for a little under a week.
Are we still like around the theater, or have we left?
I believe that you have headed back to the car and are talking around the car.
Yeah, I think we were talking around the car.
Well, why don't we?
At least in the car.
Why don't
Or in the
listen?
car.
Why don't some of us head on out? A couple of us stay here and just kind of keep an eye out and see see who comes out and see where they go.
I mean, I think she's already left. We saw her leave, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole entourage already left.
Yeah.
they all left together.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a couple loops around the block
Well,
and see if we can
they
spot
kinda
her as we're
spread out,
looping,
but-
Like in a car, or did they walk?
They dispersed. They were a crowd. And they did it out of the back of the building, and you've been in the front of the building. So
Okay.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
how you'd be able to keep track of
Yeah. All right. Well,
them. Doo-doo-doo.
I don't think there's much to be done there, unless we want to just do a few like loops around the block and see if we see anybody walking. But
yeah. And Livy, the worst case scenario is she just doesn't get this message. There's more shows in the future. We have other opportunities. Don't you
We
fret.
were unfortunately invited back for another production at any point if we're still here. We found her once, Livy. We will find her again.
Just feel that I should have given her the letter. Maybe her seeing me or just feeling my presence would have.
Her seeing you might have
Brought some
blown your
awareness.
cover, and then that would have been it.
I hear what you're saying, Georgia, but I also think, like, as much as we are trying to be stealthy, we're not. Like, it's too late. You know, like, I hear you, but also, if us being here is suspicious, period. You know, like, they fucking know. They know some weird shit's going on. They know we're here at just the right place at the right time. Like, we're fucking suspicious.
And you think that bringing more attention to ourselves is the best way to go, to
No, I'm just
continuously
saying,
reach
they
out
know.
and we
know
know
we're
they
here
know.
for some reason.
Which is why we need to keep quiet, which is why we need to keep things under wraps and not needlessly expose ourselves. I know you guys
agree
are
with
green,
Georgia here,
but
unless there's something that you're worried about. I think we've all done a relatively good job about keeping our noses down. There's plenty of tourists that come through here. Ain't nothing has been. We haven't shaken too many branches.
shaken
We're not
enough.
nervous or anything for any particular reason. However, I think that we need to just be a slightly more aggressive, considering the fact that, Georgia, you said yourself, we're running out of time. If we're going to do something, we've got to do something soon. I don't know if that means we need to do some investigating tonight, or we call it early, maybe try to plan something back at our, place, or I don't
Now
know.
listen, I think I don't disagree with you now, but if we're going to be aggressive action is best taken together.
Sure.
Let's sleep on it. In the morning, I would like to check out one of these marks in the town.
We don't know that your plan failed yet. Like, when did you set
Exactly.
up to meet your sister?
Yep.
Look, go to the meeting. Rory, go with her. Make sure that she's safe. William, you'll come with me. Maybe the graveyard might be a good spot to do the first check, or somewhere a little more isolated. We'll figure it out in the morning, but we check it out. We see what we can find, and we'll make a decision from there on how aggressive we be.
You haven't
Reasonable?
established when the meeting was set up.
So, I think initially we kind of hinted at the diner or the cafe. Pardon.
Okay. But when?
I think we said the following morning.
I threw a random time of 10 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
I love a good brunch.
Right. So, and you want to do a split up to the graveyard tonight?
Unless
in the morning.
no,
Oh, in the morning. Okay.
unless
Yeah,
we
sleep on
we
this.
have something we have to do, I do not think we should split up. Like, we could split up within the diner, but unless we have a reason to split, I think we should stick together.
Okay.
That's just me.
We also
We could be
have
we
cars,
could
so it's
we could be talking strategy. We could be talking strategy, in a safe place or something like that later.
Sure.
So you guys head back to the Seaward Inn and turn in for the evening. You set up your new clues on the board, start drawing any new items, draw lines between Reverend Sardonicus and the new Rockport granite and a couple other things. Start to build up your web a little bit more before you all turn in for the evening. Do you have anything else to add before you evening rituals for your nightcap, character-wise?
Normal procedure.
Okay.
Wash. Eye patch. Yaddy yaddy.
I think Billy goes through another round of looking at the mirror and seeing himself maybe mouth "your fault," but that's he does his best to not focus on that shit and keep his mind on the mystery.
Yeah, Livy will have journaled, in this particular case, writing to her sister all the things that she wished she would have said to her that evening, and kind of thinking about some of the things that Georgia showed her in the previous evenings with learning all the special runes and things like that.
Right. Okay. And then anything for Rory?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can just sit up in bed for a bit.
You give Billy a weird look as you hear him mutter something and stare in the mirror in the bathroom, but that's about it. As you kind of all turn in for the evening and drift off to sleep, you fall into that deep REM and find yourself in a familiar basement as a crow craws from the top of an armoire. It flutters down and nibbles at sunflower seeds in your outstretched hand. You hear footsteps behind you, descending the staircase. A group of men enter. The crow's grabbed roughly. It squawks. A dense darkness presses in as the sounds of and splashes of footsteps echo around you. Silhouettes emerge from a pale orange light as the tunnel opens up into a odd cavern with non-Euclidean geometry. The center of the room bears a large triangle of 3 Ys with an eye in the center. A large statue of a winged creature looms at the back of the chamber. You are ushered into the center as red-cloaked figures form a circle around you. A figure in purple steps forward, holding the crow by its body and head. Writhing shadows dance upon the walls as candlelight flickers in a strange wind. You hear them begin to chant. De vigil, de via, ea. The crow squirms, bites, and pecks at the man's hand, drawing blood. Your heart pounds in your chest as the very air quivers around you. The chanting resonates in the chamber. A sickening crack echoes. The circle chant breaks and slowly morphs into a mirthful laughter. As a limp bird falls to the clave floor, 2 inky black pinpoints tear open at the points of the triangle. You watch in terror as the small, pale, milky white tendrils writhe from them and down towards you, wrapping around your limbs and torso. You look to see the others being wrapped up as well. An undulating, ethereal maw slips open like a crack in the air above you. Your feet lose their place as you're lifted unwillingly up into it. Below, muffled beneath the terrible sounds of writhing and squirming, you hear, "Ascend! Ascend!" An undertow pulls you in. The tendrils embrace you, squeezing the air from your lungs, and then suddenly release you as you flop unceremoniously into the depths of something cold surrounding you. As you tumble deep in the ocean, you see a great mountainous being sprawled over an emerald green city. In a blink, you're falling from the sky as 4 peaks loom high, burning in a frozen tundra. And with a wet slap, you're dumped unceremoniously into a musty crawl space, the sounds of rats chittering about you. This place is familiar to you. As you find your feet, men descend around you from the maw above and kneel before a pallet in the center. A yellowed corpse with bulging eyes rises from the palate and floats limply. The face contorts into what can only be described as a terrible smile, and the sea of rats parts before him as a musty tome lists over to you and opens before you. You wake up with a start. The sound of rats still in your ears and the smell of corn playing upon your nostrils. And that'll be all for this chapter of Occult Origins.
Shit.
Yeah.
Great.